Yo, did anyone see Dune? Fucking banger.
I
Dune,
didn't.
Did you get the popcorn bucket?
the Dune, the worm pussy one. No, I didn't get it. I wanted one though.
That's what it's called.
That's I think that's what the marketers like. That's its official name.
I mean, I even saw an interview with Denis Villeneuve, and he was like, "That's a weird marketing campaign." Like he was like, "Weird." Someone stuck their dick in it. I mean, it's too much of a bit for
Yeah.
someone not done.
Like,
Of course.
obviously.
Okay.
Jeffrey and I talked about this the other day, but what is the largest, scariest, most impressive, most substantial animal that you could take one-on-one in a fight? You know this question, right? You've heard this before.
Yes.
Josh, do we get we're naked, right?
Yes. Yeah. You are naked.
Oh, that's a huge part.
Okay.
Oh, it's
what,
massive. No footwear, no clothes.
Are we fighting on their turf or is it
Yeah.
like
What is are we in an enclosed space or is it open field?
I like to think of it as a target bathroom.
Well,
Okay.
I could take anybody. with a target
I feel like
bathroom.
some animals
I'm
are
not
too
talking
big
about
for it.
animals.
weird confidence in the target bathroom from Max?
Oh, I know exactly how to dismantle a target bathroom in order to.
I once hung out in a target
I got
bathroom.
this.
I once hung out in a Target bathroom for an hour because I was getting dinner with a friend and I was too early and it was really cold outside and there was nowhere else to go.
What
You
about
could've
the
walked around
rest of the
Target.
target?
Well, I would kind of take turns, but it kind of looked like I was shoplifting. And I think it was a Target I had stolen from before. So I was kind of like, I don't want to give them extra ammunition.
Okay, all right. You know what?
Um,
I thought it was gonna be a dumb reason. I can see that reason. All right, I can see that reason. All right.
Max in
Corrected.
cold weather clothes does not look like he's not gonna shoplift. He looks pretty shoplifty. All right, animal. I'm killing a emu. An emu.
Bullshit. Bullshit. You absolutely could not take an emu. And none of us could. None of us could.
But the neck is so thin.
Have you
Like
heard?
Like
If
fighting
you can
Jeffrey.
get to it.
Wait, Max, have you
Yeah,
heard
the
of
war. I've heard of the emu war. I forgot about that. And they had
Bullshit.
guns and they
You
lost.
forgot about the thing called the Emu War? When
There's
you
That's
like
said
the
emu
only thing we
war?
talk about on this show. How could you forget?
I've
I did-
never heard of that.
The Australian emu war and the Australians lost.
It was a war against emus.
Australian humans with guns lost to emus. But Max, naked in a Target bathroom, fucking peace one. Easy.
Yeah, no, okay. Those pussy ass Australians, they didn't know what to do.
Okay, actually, I think I was really hot out the bat, but a Target bathroom is a relatively enclosed space. Is the issue with emus they're fast and large, or is it like
emu, like it would definitely get me with its fucking he it would hurt, but like he
Its
can't.
claws.
It's the claws. The
it
claw.
only has 2 feet? Yeah.
They're like velociraptors.
And the beak, right?
The beak is what I'm most scared of.
Yeah. Because I
Okay.
feel like the
Everyone
head
is-
it could like
All
whip that
right,
shit.
all right. I rescind my. I
New
rescind.
answer. New answer.
No, someone else. Someone else go. I forgot all the animals.
Sorry.
Avery.
I think I could fight like a panda bear.
Whoa, that's a good. Okay.
Really?
I do. I think
That's
in a
ki- I think
Target
that's-
bathroom, I could get to the eyes.
I think that's crazier than emu for
Aren't
sure.
they kind of slow?
Have you ever, okay, here's a
Yeah, they
crucial
kinda roll
question. Have you
around.
ever seen a panda bear attack video?
No.
Okay.
Well,
They're nuts.
there's a famous trilogy of movies I think will pretty well about pandas' fighting abilities. Okay.
Oh,
Max
Man.
said bullshit. That's fair. That's fair.
if you make them angry, they're substantial beasts. Their
Well,
claws.
are they coming into this fight peeved or like are they
You
like
just said you're going for its eyes. It's gonna peeve it.
I could be like, hey,
Oh.
Mr. Bear, look over here. Like I could like make it feel comfortable, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, interesting tactic. Yeah, I'm gonna save Josh for last. He asked the question. I feel like he's got an answer locked and loaded. Jeffrey, what's yours?
Jeffrey
I'm
and
gonna
I,
say like
we
like-
gave the exact same answer,
That's crazy.
unconnected to each other, because Jeffrey prompted me with this question, and then I answered, and he was like, "That was the exact same thing that I said."
What is this?
Okay, well, wait, hold on. I've been thinking, and I have like a second answer as well.
Okay.
I think I could do like not a full grown one, but like a smaller chimp.
That's also crazy. That's insane.
It's like a
Have you seen Don't Look Up? Mm-mm.
no, but like we're like the same size. I'm bigger, is what I'm thinking.
This
I'm
is
about as
not-
muscled as a chimp.
He's doing this to piss me off.
That
He's doing
chimp's
this to
ripping.
fucking piss me off.
No, because it's like
No, 'cause he's
grappling. It's
smiling.
like wrestling. I can like pin my body weight on the chimp.
Dude, that chimp's fucking ripping.
Don't entertain this. It's not. It's false.
If I throw myself with the chimp, and I'm gonna wait, hold on, can I be? It needs to go bathroom sink chimp me, and then I can lunge at the chimp and clip its head on the bathroom sink.
Oh yeah, you're okay. You're right. I'm not entertaining it. This is making me mad now. Josh, what was the answer that you and Jeffrey shared?
Raccoon.
That's crazy that's how small you're going.
Yeah, it does make me second guess.
I can defend. I can tell me anything bigger, like more impressive than a raccoon.
I actually think you have a chance against a single coyote.
Okay. I have a chance against a coyote. I think I have a fighter's chance against a coyote. But the way that I've always interpreted this question is like, what would I bet on myself for?
Oh, okay. Well,
Do you
you're
know what I mean?
you're squashing a raccoon beneath your boot. Oh, well, you
Right.
don't have a boot, but even
Like,
your bear, you
10
you're
out of
getting,
10 times, I'm getting that raccoon.
you're
I'm
getting hurt,
really
but you're killing it every time. Yeah.
exactly. I'm
like,
really
I
getting
would say I would bet on myself at least 50-50 odds. Like, is there something that you're like
Are you talking about the chimp?
You would
like
No.
it's close to 50? I'm gonna say like 55 me, 45 chimp.
If you can get a chimp in a room with you, I'll put money against your bet, and I will fucking. I'll
Not
pay.
against
I'll
All
pay-
right, two 20s against each other.
Yeah, there we go. A 20.
All right.
You're risking your life against the chimp for a 20. On that note, all right, we are going to get started with our episode of Gaslight Game Show. Welcome, everybody, to episode 13 of the Gaslight Game Show. Speech. Okay. I need to clarify that our esteemed fucking cast member Josh Horst wrote that title and has sworn to me that he went to speech therapy for a stutter when he grew up, so it's okay for me to say that. They're definitely going to clip out just that part and put it on TikTok. All right, so welcome to episode 13, the only character-driven game show with real-world consequences. Every week, a movie is selected and we all watch it. And every week, each of our 3 contestants writes their own review for that movie. But, and here's the twist, not as themselves. They must concoct brand new characters and write in their voices. Before each episode, they swap their creations amongst themselves. They read each other's work here, live, for the first time, responding to questions as the characters they wrote for one another. The catch is, I have to guess who originally wrote what. Every episode has a winner and a loser. Winners get rewarded and
Losers get punished.
Jeffrey did win that one. Losers get punished.
losers get
Someone's like-
punished.
Losers get punished.
It's not a slow. We're not changing it into a slow competition.
I don't think you have the right to decide that.
Maybe we could do it one more time.
No
Losers
one-
get punished.
No one's safe, not even me. As always, our contestants are Josh Horst,
Hello.
Avery Baker,
Hi.
and I'm your host, Max McCune. This week, we have a featured guest, Jeffrey Nolan. Jeffrey, would you tell everyone a bit about yourself?
One-on-one, I could take an adolescent chimp.
All right, Jeffrey. All right. Today, for episode 13, Jeffrey elected that we watch The King's Speech, a very long movie, because Jeffrey does not have better ways to spend his time. But before we discuss the sympathetic ruling class, we have some business to attend to. Avery, would you let the audience know what time it is?
Punishment time.
That's right. It is punishment time. And last week, Jeffrey won. But with winners come losers. And last week, Avery lost. And what do losers get?
Punished.
That's right. Avery lost, and as punishment, she had to decorate her living space for Christmas and show us a tour. And if it doesn't look like she got into the holiday spirit enough, she's going to have to do it again. Avery, are you ready to guide us through the winter wonderland of your apartment so that we can raid it?
I am.
Amazing. Go ahead whenever you're ready. Oh, wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Off strong. Starting off
Nice.
strong.
Let's go.
Full production.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna change all to my phone because I don't know how to do this otherwise. This is my cat.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello.
So, as we know, this punishment was kind of stupid at first, but it's now become the nuisance of my life. So I decorated with these.
If anyone's curious, we had to delay filming longer than Avery thought, so she had to keep the Christmas decorations.
I've had this up since before Christmas.
5 weeks.
That railing I'm actually very impressed by. That is very pretty.
Yeah.
I think that's not a bad thing to have up for a few months, you know?
Yeah.
It's whimsical.
So we're not going to rate each section. Avery
Okay.
told us that she has about 4 or 5 sections of her apartment. We're going to rank them. So right now, railing number 1. Let's see. Oh,
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
I'm actually.
This is my Christmas village.
That looks
Can we get a closer look?
Is that where you've been
Of course
like
we can.
cooking? That's actually crazy.
that looks super inconvenient.
Yeah, I would
It's
hate having
really
that up.
inconvenient.
I
I used to have things that mattered up here.
Yeah, I think the execution's actually slightly below the railing, but I think the commitment is so much higher that this is now my number 1. This is number 1. for me.
That's
I feel like this is pretty. If you know me, you know I'm not good at technical things. I can't believe this is still up.
No,
I
if
do
wa-
have
Yeah.
I have an affinity for small model villages, and so this speaks to me.
Yeah, that does.
Thank
seem
you.
like a
Sponsored
better
by
here
idea
Target.
first.
than you would like.
All right.
It makes the rest of your apartment look so not festive when you have like 4 festive sections.
like this little table in the corner.
Is it cactus?
Oh, it's a cactus Christmas tree. That's
Pretty
Oh.
interesting.
very Texan.
And some Jesus stuff with the wise men.
It opens. Something I think is really fun about this nativity is that Mary is not present in this nativity. This is the angel Gabriel. But other than that, it's just 2 guys having a baby.
Did you know that it
Hell
was?
yeah.
Did you know that it was Gabriel on site, or was there a thing that came with it?
No, it was explained to me.
By Gabriel. Gabriel came.
Yeah, the angel Gabriel himself actually came and spoke to me.
Avery, Mary isn't missing. It's you.
Whoa.
I know.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be honest. This is this bottom of the list for me. I would not have known it was Christmas until you kind of zoomed in a little more.
All right. Okay, that's fair.
What do you guys?
now-
What do you guys? Wait. What do you guys think? What do you guys?
Oh, 100%.
Same.
A cactus and that little thing do not Christmas make. I
mean,
think it's a table shoved in the corner. It's a
It's
little
literally also being pitched as an incomplete nativity scene.
Yeah.
No.
Um,
I'm not saying it's incomplete. I'm saying they purposefully left Mary out. There is not.
Sure.
They have these little Velcro things. Like it's intentional where you put them. There is not a space for Mary.
That's
Well,
either incredibly progressive or
Really
very,
conservative.
very,
Like
very
it's not. She's not around. She's not welcome here.
Okay.
So
She's
maybe it's
sleeping.
not progressive.
She's sleeping outside.
Yeah.
All right. Show us the
Still
next
at the
section.
bottom of my list.
All right.
Oh, that's actually pretty.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Some trees,
This is cute.
little
This is cute.
garland.
I like the lack of cacti.
Yeah.
Stockings.
It's a pretty stocking. I wish it was. Yeah. Will you zoom out? Can we see the whole thing again?
Will you put one of
Yeah.
your hands in the stocking
It's an odd.
Can I put one of my hands in the stocking?
and wear it around?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
For me, this goes third only because think it is more committed than the railing, but I think the railing's very, very pretty. And I think this actually just looks like it could be something in your apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with the thing behind it and the art.
It's a little. I think it's a little crazy to say it looks like it could be something just in the apartment, but I would
That is-
also
maybe
still
that
put it
is true.
third.
That is
I
true.
would put it third.
I would put it third. Again, I think it looks better than the railing, but just the idea of you not being able to use your railing for safety to
That is
walk up
true.
and down your stairs for 3 months goes hard.
That is true.
Yeah, and I am clumsy. I often
Yeah.
trip, if you can't tell by things about me. So these are the Christmas things of my apartment. I also bought little Santa Claus napkins.
Nice. Unopened.
Still in the package. Compelling case.
So for this reason, I quite frankly beg of you to let me take this down and move on with my life. If you're curious, the Christmas Village has been a real trial. The railing I have tripped twice from not being able to hold on to things, or because the lights surprised me because they were hot, because that's something that I've done.
If this
Please free me.
if this YouTube video gets 10 likes, we'll make her do Christmas decorations for another week. Not 10 likes, 10 comments. 10 comments.
10
Sorry.
comments. So Avery, you
Fair.
need to wait until we post this one, and
Yeah.
then we can see.
Yeah. So
I think for me personally, the hat and the foam mustache is that personal touch that nudges it over the edge for me. That
this was
feels like
actually
above-
my favorite.
above
Yeah,
and
no,
beyond.
I'm voting her a pass. 100%. I'm voting her a pass. You,
Absolutely.
That's one.
I felt the Christmas spirit, and I
No.
would like to live in that small village. And so I am voting for your release.
Yeah. You're free. You're free. Well done. You can go back to your drab white kitchen, I guess. That was mean. But nice. Well done.
Good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Good job to everyone.
Yeah, true. We really pulled
all
together there.
four of
Yeah.
us to that.
What did you say?
Good job to everyone.
Everyone pat yourself on the back, even Avery. All right, let's move on. Before we hear what these three weirdos wrote, let's recap the movie. On IMDb, the synopsis for The King's Speech is the story of King George VI, his unexpected ascension to the throne of the British Empire in 1936, and the speech therapist who helped the unsure monarch overcome his stammer. You all should have felt the panic I just felt when I had to read a Roman numeral, and I wanted to make sure I knew which one it was. Let's
No,
hear-
stop. Why is Josh laughing so hard? You know what? Actually, I'll know eventually. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, Jeffrey I'm so sorry for interrupting. Jeffrey made one of the most disgusting faces I've ever seen in my life. It was so bold and beautiful and amazing. And I'm sorry for derailing this.
But I stuck with it though. I was confident about it.
He bailed immediately. He bailed right away.
I'll figure this out. Continue. Sorry.
All right, everybody. I'd like to hear everyone's ratings of the movie, 1 to 10, and a brief, if you can manage, explanation of why.
All right, I can kick this off. I picked this movie because I thought it was going to be long and boring and kind of just a chore to watch. And
Well, you fucking knocked it out of the park.
I gotta be honest. I had a great time watching this movie. I picked this to be bad, and I was watching this being like, Jeffrey Rush and Colin Firth and Helena Bonham Carter, oh my god, are kind of killing it. I had a great time. I felt bad about myself for liking The King's Speech so much because it feels like a boring movie, but I did quite like it. And I liked seeing Helena Bonham Carter in a role that wasn't a little weirdo, though I do love those roles. So,
What do you rate it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it an 8. 8.5. 8.5.
Whoa. All right. Pretty high.
I'll go next.
I'll follow it. Oh, well, never mind. Avery's gonna fucking butt ahead of me. So
You're welcome. It's Women's History Month.
Is it?
It is. It won't be by the time this comes out.
That's true.
I'll say it before, I'll say it again. This is a Helena Bonham Carter show through and through. We've just we're going through her work one by one. I agree with Jeffrey. I like this movie. I liked this movie since I saw it with my dad. I think they do a good job. I remember being like 12 years old and watching him say like, fuck, shit, like with my dad. And I was like, I'm an adult now. So for that reason, I'm probably going to give it a 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll give it in between like a 6.5 and a 7 because I think the acting's phenomenal. I think the acting's very good. I think it is very well crafted. And I think it is one of those movies that kind of made me realize that you can make a really, really good movie, and if it's not that intriguing to me, I don't care that much. You know what I'm saying? There's just no edge. There's no edge. It's a good movie. I don't think it's boring. I think it's just like I really liked The Imitation Game when I watched it, but I've never been like I need to go watch The Imitation Game again, and it's similar like that to The King's Speech. I'm like, really good acting. I don't need to see it again. I don't need to see it again. And Jeffrey made me watch it again. It's the first movie I ever went, I don't need to see this again, but it was good. And then Jeffrey came back 10 years later and I was like, you know what? You are going to watch it again.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was going to say that exact same thing, actually. When I watched this the first time years ago, I was like, I'm never going to watch that movie again. And then lo and behold, I had to watch it again. I'd give it a 6. I would give it lower, just because it's boring. But really the biggest thing is I can't forgive the use of Shakespeare in film. Like the blatant use of Shakespeare in film. It just doesn't work for me.
Interesting. Is it because you're a purist or because you think it's annoying?
I think it's annoying.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to say.
There was no way we could have been a purist. What?
All right. Well, I actually found all of those astute, and I think they were a little too astute. Our audience is gonna be like, "What is this? A real movie podcast?" All right. Now on to casting. Consider with me, everyone, for this film. If you were tasked with utilizing the people you see in front of you, are there particular roles you'd assign to each? Any dream casts, hunches, or hot takes? Who, where, and why? All right. What we thinking?
I think Max kind of nailed it when he said the title of our podcast episode here.
I agree.
I think he kind of had an insight into the technical challenge that would do. And I think Max is like just one of the best of us technically. And so I would give him that role.
Yeah.
The Colin Firth role.
Yeah. King George the Sixth.
Yes.
I think he has a good insight into like the mindset that character would have.
I don't think any of the rest of us could pull it off.
This is one of those subtle things you guys are doing where I know there's a joke. I know you're fucking with me, but you haven't said anything wrong. And there's nothing for me to grab onto, nothing for me to latch onto. So I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Colin Firth's a great actor. And I'm King George VI.
He is.
It's too early in the show for
call a spade, right? You say it doesn't sound like you all are insulting me, and it's like, well, okay.
We're genuinely not. It's not. I feel like it would be more obvious, right?
When we started the show, I thought gaslight was a strong word, and I thought maybe it wasn't that accurate a title for what we do. And I'm telling you, it's accurate. I'm a victim. Capital V. I never know what's real. I'm constantly thrown off by you guys. Cool. Any other casting hot takes? I don't mean to sound. I sound depressed. I'm gonna rewatch this and feel like I sound sad.
I don't feel.
If I'm Colin Firth,
I don't
I'm
really
like,
see the rest of us in this movie the way I see Max in the.
I was about to say. I feel like the rest of the characters are pretty inconsequential compared to the king.
All right.
I would cast Jeffrey and Josh as the two, as Margaret and Elizabeth, the two little girls, the daughters of the king.
Oh my God, we would slay that.
I would do that. I do that.
That'd be good.
Like perfect. A less serious role, right? More just to like clown around and have fun.
Right, because again, I can't see you guys in the movie the way I see Max. So.
Well, and like those two characters don't really have text, right?
Oh no.
Right. I think this is a screenplay, and a textual language
Yeah.
that Max could really
Okay.
sink his teeth into.
Okay. We're fucking moving on from the casting section. We are moving on to the review section, and I'm gonna rewatch this episode and see if I was making all that up. Now, on to the reviews. We are gonna go over the specifics real quick to remind you how it works. These three freaks watched the King's Speech and randomly generated a name, age, and location for their character. Everything else you hear is all them. They used those prompts to create a character and then wrote a movie review in their voice. You'll hear each of them read 4 main sections in character. Number 1, the character bios. Number 2, the get to know you questions. Number 3, the improvised responses. And number 4, the movie review. All but the improvised responses have been written for them beforehand. This is also the first time the contestants have seen each other's work. It's a cold read. They very well may have no idea what they're about to say. And I have no idea which of them made what character and corresponding review. The writer is not necessarily the reader, and I have to guess who wrote what. They're trying to trick me because if I get them all wrong, I lose. But if I get even one right, then whichever one of them I score the lowest is the loser. No matter what, someone's getting shafted. There will always be a loser, and losers get punished. Now,
Losers get
Awesome.
punished.
Losers get punished.
that was good. That was a new take on it. I like the singing. That was fun. I hope that everybody who sees this show, it's their least favorite part when you do the losers get punished thing. I hope they all agree with me. I hope they hate you for it, and I hope they end every episode going, I hope Max wins next week too, because fuck those guys. All right.
Thank you, friend.
Now,
Such a weird energy Max is bringing to the
I'm
beginning of this
Wow.
episode.
Really confrontational. Oy.
Missed you guys. Yeah.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
blonde now. I'm blonde now. We never told the audience that.
Oh my god.
And they
You're
can't, they couldn't pick that
Not
up.
some people have jobs and are listening to us on their commute to their cog in a machine jobs, and the highlight of their day was learning that Max took the swing and bleached his hair. And
Thank
look,
you, loyal viewers going to your drone jobs.
Crazy. Crazy.
Listeners, we think your jobs are important,
okay,
unlike
yeah,
Max.
again, yeah. Okay.
Thank you for keeping our country afloat.
All right. We'll start by getting to know each character with a structured interview, do some off-the-cuff Q&A as a group, and to finish it off, we're going to hear the reader's movie review. Now, our first reader is our featured guest, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
Hi, I'm Corey Griffin. I am 28 and I live in Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
The title of my review is Representation.
Okay, Corey. Nice to meet you, Corey. Corey, we love to get to know a little bit about our guests before we hear their review. So would you just give us a little bit of information about yourself? Let us know what's going on with you.
I represent an underrepresented community. You might think I'm referring to my speech impediment. I am, but not entirely. I also belong to an otherwise much more exclusive group, completely separate from my impairment. I am also a zoophile, a person who is sexually attracted to animals. I'm not insinuating that individuals with speech impediments bear some propensity to find animals sexually arousing. No, that would be an obscene generalization. My speech and sexuality are separate, but only one is accepted by society. I merely represent a niche cross-section of the populace, and I want to use my time to educate your viewers. I love this movie because it represents those of us with speech impediments, but not all of us. Some of us are zoophiles who are not monsters and deserve representation as well. Fair representation. I am a champion of representation as a concept. Let the education begin. I am ready for the first question, Max.
That was a lot. That was a lot of information, Corey. How about a little more? What was your first job?
I was a dog groomer
Nice. All right.
at Lucky's Pet Salon.
There we go.
It was attached to a pet store and a veterinarian's office. It was there that I first saw the way professionals treated animals, and I began questioning society's rules regarding our furry friends. We're allowed to sterilize them, remove their semen for breeding, and even kill them. But as soon as you give one an orgasm, what it willfully participates in, it's morally wrong. Zoophiles are not criminals. We simply advocate treating animals as more than property to be controlled and exploited. We truly love animals. Thank you for letting me speak here today, Max. Next question, please.
I'm thrilled to give you a platform, Corey. Corey, speaking of jobs, I'm curious, would you describe your nightmare boss?
My manager, Cindy, at Lucky's Pet Salon. I was terminated without proper investigation. Isn't that typical? Breaking the law to enforce it. Humans normalize brutal, cruel, and violent treatment of animals, legally allowing invasive alteration of their sexuality, so long as it's in the name of profit and convenience, and never in the interest of third pleasure. Zoophiles are tax-paying citizens, like all of you. You can respect the fact that I speak slightly differently than you, because it is who I am. Can you not also approach the concept of my sexuality with such open-mindedness?
Oof. All right. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Corey?
Yeah. Corey, what are the three main rights you would like to see zoophiles acquire in the next several years?
That is an excellent question.
Thank you.
First off, many people, while they always look down upon zoophiles, seem to look down on some zoophiles more than others because of the types of animals that they engage with. I would like for all animals to be seen equally amongst as potential partners for zoophiles, regardless of size.
What?
Number two. I'm so glad you gave me 3 things to talk about for this question.
I'm
It
also
allows
glad
me
I
to
gave
very
you 3 things
firmly
to say.
elucidate my points. Number 2, I would like for all zoophiles to be able to have more specialized methods of contraception.
Oh.
Right now, all of our contraceptive methods are for human on human. And while some can carry over into different types of animals, sometimes the skin is too rough
Okay.
and breaks
I forgot he was creative. I'm so
breaks the
sorry.
rubber,
No, you're-
tears it. A whole mess of things
Let's
can
go.
happen there.
Let's go to the third. Let's go to the third.
third one. Let's get the third. Corey.
The third, freedom of speech. People say we have freedom of speech in this country. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. And yet, whenever I begin to talk about my platform and my views, I am laughed off the stage. People won't let me elucidate my points on why I think zoophiles are beneficial, dare I say beneficial, members of our society.
Okay. Nice. I hope you get all of them. I hope they all happen for you, Corey.
I dream of it.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Please, if you're asking, don't ask for a list this time. Just ask for one.
What was your favorite childhood pet?
My goldfish, Spunky.
That's adorable. That was good. That was that was a good one, Corey. More like that. That was great. All right. Now, Corey, dare I ask, what did you think of the movie?
In the King's Speech, I see a man overcoming obstacles to communicate with confidence. I see parts of myself. But in a race to be accepted, so much of me has to be left behind. My speech impediment has nothing to do with my sexuality. But if I can't confidently communicate what I honestly feel in every aspect of my being, I am not whole. I am prevented from loving how I want to because society cannot conceptualize their own hypocrisies. This is a change I want to see. This is civil rights. I adore this movie, but ultimately, it only represents half of my identity, the accepted half, and representation matters. Again, I want to say a special thank you, Max McCune, for inviting me here and giving me a platform to speak. He reviewed my work, but have me on today. It was brave, and I wouldn't be here without him. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey. That was amazing. I'm glad to have you. Glad to give a platform. All right. What did everyone think of Corey Griffin, our first guest?
I just like that at the end of that, Max decided to finish that with, I'm glad to give you a platform. So I think that's a fun clip we can.
Yeah, thanks for doubling down.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Yeah, I'm nothing if not down.
Honestly, that sound clip of Max saying, I am glad to give you a platform we can use for any bit. For any bit.
Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with the fucking concept of the person very, very like legitimately expressing their concerns about having a speech impediment and then roping that into a very genuine sounding fucking argument for zoophilia, fucked up. I'm excited for the end of this episode. I want to see who wrote that one. That's absurd. All right. That's all we need to hear from Corey. That's all we need to hear about Corey until later. So, right off the bat, I'm just going to guess. I'm going to guess it was written by Jeffrey. It made me mad. So, I think it might have been written by Jeffrey. That's the criteria I'm going to use right now. Why am I in such a bad mood this episode? I don't mean to be. All right. So our next reader is Josh. Josh, would you please introduce your character and give us the title of your review?
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Harold Nicholas Cameron. I am 32 years old, and I am currently living in Boston, Massachusetts. The title of my review is Uneasy Lies the Head.
Wow. All right. That's poetic. I'm excited to hear about it, Harold. Harold, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Please call me Harry. I am a student living in Cambridge, earning my PhD in poetry, of all things. And after years of writing, editing, and perfecting my poems, I've decided to debut my life's work here, today, on your platform. Would that be all right?
I'm gonna like you less than Corey the dog. Okay. Just kidding, Harry. Harry, yes. as I love to say, I would love to give you a platform.
Wonderful. I formed my poetry into such a way that it fits nicely as my review for the end. I must say, I'm rather nervous. I've spent years writing poem after poem, sonnet after sonnet, all the while far too nervous to show anyone, but that all changes today. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I wrote that. I wrote that about this very feeling, the fear of success. What do you all think? Actually, please hold your opinions till the very end of our time together. Yes?
Of course, Harry. I think that's a smart idea. All right. Now, Harry, just before you get into a little bit, I'm very excited for the review, very excited for your Podex review. A little more info about you. What is your favorite way to waste time?
I wasted time, and now doth time waste me. Another original. Perhaps my favorite way to waste time is to do as you are all doing now, to spend it with friends, though I do not view it as time wasted. I wrote this for my dear two friends back home about how every time we are apart, I only think of the next time we'll all be together. When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, there will be ere the set of sun. Where the place? Upon the heath. There, to meet with Macbeth. I'm still working on the end for that one.
Interesting. Yeah, you wrote that one?
Yes, that was another original, but please don't release this until I to make some tweaks and touches.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Will do. Harry, who was your first love?
My first love. Well, that would have to be Romeo. Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Friends, I've noticed a peculiar look on your faces. Have you all something to say about my work?
Just seems a little familiar. You fell in love with a guy named Romeo and
Romeo.
wrote about it. You wrote Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo?
Wherefore art? I was curious. Wherefore?
What
art,
does wherefore? What does wherefore mean?
Wherefore? I think it means where, but you have to count to 4 before asking art thou.
So you're saying you wrote this?
I wrote all of my work. I'm a poet. But I did also write Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? But I said that actually before writing it down. It was organic with Romeo. He had left me.
Okay. It
What's
just
the
kind of.
name-
Go ahead,
what-
Max.
What's the name of the piece that one, the wider piece that one exists in?
Romeo and me.
Okay, that's less familiar. That's less
Yeah,
familiar because
I
I
haven't
kind
heard
of
of that
thought
one.
I think-
Yeah, you might.
because I've heard of another I guess poem called Romeo and Juliet. You ever heard of that?
By William Shakespeare?
Have you heard of Shakespeare? Actually, that's a good. Have you heard of Shakespeare?
It rings a bell, perhaps.
They don't teach him a ton at Cambridge. They kind of gloss over him.
No. Are you saying that this sounds? It sounds a little bit like Shakespeare, or it?
It
that
sounds
it
a lot of it like Shakespeare.
I think it is Shakespeare. I
I
think,
think everything you've said is
I- I-
Shakespeare.
Sounds exactly like
actually.
Shakespeare.
We think it all is.
You are you implying that my life's work is mere plagiarism?
Yeah.
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 I'd say pretty unanimously.
No. Well, okay, what about this one? It's really clever. If music be the food of love, play on. I wrote that, right? That
When
can't
did-
be from anyone else.
Because you wrote it?
Because I wrote it. I wrote
I
that. Well, okay. What about these lines I wrote as a witty comeback for my sister, the bitch? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. Is that mine?
You know, I've heard that one too. Hamlet.
No.
Hamlet. All right. Does anyone have any other questions they would like to ask Harry?
I have a question. Yeah, Harry, Harold, what are your top 5 favorite poems?
I prefer to call them sonnets. But
Oh.
and it would be easier. You can read my anthology later and just use the appendix at the end of the document I copied you all on. But I numbered
All
them.
yours.
I
Your favorites
yes,
are all
mine.
yours.
I numbered them. I think sonnet 5, 7, 13, 21, and 24 are my favorite sonnets that I've written.
You know,
Cool.
you said you're studying in Cambridge. Where are you studying?
Massachusetts.
What college? What university in Cambridge?
Cambridge University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harry? I guess I just genuinely want to. Have you really never heard of Shakespeare before? How long have you been working on this series of poems?
It's been my life's work. And Shakespeare rings a bell. But I've been working my entire life on because I'm a poet.
Hmm.
I am a bard.
A bard. That's an interesting choice of words.
The
That's quite a specific phrase for a type of poet. You know what? Let's move on, Harry. We believe you. We believe you. It's yours. Harry,
It's not his.
what did you think? You know, we don't believe you, Harry. For the sake of
It's
this
not
Quick,
his.
quick
for the sake
change.
of this show, maybe you can convince us otherwise. Maybe you can convince us otherwise. What did you think of the movie The King's Speech? I believe that may have had some Shakespeare in it.
I wrote this poem in honor of the movie. Here it goes. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind
to suffer
to suffer. Are you reading along with me on the document I
on the
copied you?
document. Yeah, I am.
To suffer
the slings
the slings and arrows of outrageous
fortunes,
or
to take
arms
against the sea of troubles
and by
by
opposing them
end them.
to die.
Oh, you made him cry.
Jesus, Max.
Harry, Harry, why are you crying?
I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm not even British. I just wanted people to take me seriously as a poet. I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud through and through. I'm from New Jersey. I don't even watch the movie. I just wanted you to like me. Oh God,
Harry, did you think we didn't know? Did you think we didn't know Shakespeare? Did you think you
I
couldn't
didn't know.
Is there a more esoteric poet you could have plagiarized?
Oh God, what the hell do I do now? I can't show this to anyone. Years of my life just don't fucking matter. Do you have any idea what that's like?
Yeah.
I want to go home. I want to go home. I want.
Oh shit, Harry, come on.
Is this
Harry,
a dagger I see before me?
Harry, that one's Macbeth. We know
The
that one.
handle toward
Harry.
my hand.
Harry, we know that one.
Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. I know what to do now. It's just like I wrote. Cowards may die many times before their deaths. The valiant have a taste of death, but once.
Harry, Harry.
Oh my! Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Even without a British accent, it hurts. Is this what it feels like to die? Is this what it?
Is he
God.
dead?
Damn, Harry. All right.
Max,
Well,
did you just make fun of someone until they committed suicide?
Holy fuck.
It seems like it. There we go. Wow. All right. That was
And scene.
scene. Nice. Thank
Wow.
you.
That was,
Well,
you could smell the effort.
what did everyone think of our second character, Harry?
I felt kind of bad for him. I gotta be honest.
I do think it's crazy that Max made this guy kill himself.
Yeah. He was clearly from the beginning, he was a troubled individual. And
Well-
to watch Max poke and prod at that,
It's hard. It's hard to see.
Tough.
Shouldn't have fucked with Shakespeare. I'm one of those purists, you know?
Max did nail it though. He did suck.
That guy sucks.
That
Fuck
guy sucks. That guy sucks.
Also, who nailed To Be or Not to Be? Fucking right here. You're welcome. All right.
I was watching, I was like, that's
You're welcome,
impressive.
everyone.
Hell yeah.
The only time I'll ever play Hamlet. All right. I'm gonna. Oh, this guess is difficult. I think that's Avery or Josh. I'm leaning Avery, but Josh did earlier talk about how much he hates seeing Shakespeare in film. So I feel like it's something he might have wanted to focus on here. I'm gonna temporarily put Avery as my guess. So my guess currently is Jeffrey as Corey and Avery as Harry. But we'll see. We'll see. Nothing's locked in yet. So on that note, our last reader is Avery. Avery, would you please introduce our final character and give us the title of your review?
My name is Madge Horn. I'm 10 years old and I live in Barton County, Missouri. And the title of my review is I think Colin Firth is really neat.
Wow. All right. Madge, you said?
Madge.
Nice to meet you, Madge. Madge, would you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Madge K. Horn. My real name is Margaret, but I don't like Margaret. That was my great grandma's name. I only met her once before she kicked it, but she smelled like daddy drink and she yelled at me after I touched her lousy cork collection, so I go by Madge instead. I am 10 years old and I live in a tiny wooden house with a rusty red door. I live with my mama and my pop and my brothers Beau and Francois. We don't go to regular school like the other kids in town. Pop says, no child of mine's gonna go to that class at 12. So we go to homeschool. We all have special jobs at school. Mine is to pick rock, where I get to pick up rocks in the field. When I'm not picking rock, I like to solve mysteries. There are lots of mysteries to solve in Barton County, and I'm always on the lookout for the next one.
That's amazing. Madge sounds like a lot of fun. Madge, I'm sure this is different if you're homeschooled, but would you tell us an embarrassing story?
Yeah, so one day I was out solving a mystery to see if I was stronger than dumb Tommy, the pub owner's son. We met up in the field between our houses, but he brought a rock and cheated and broke my leg. It hurt a lot. But then Beau and Pop killed all the Baker cows, and that made me feel a little better. Pop said, "That'll teach those Bakers to get between me and my rose and your leg thing." So I've gotten to skip school the last couple days and watch movies, and now I love watching movies.
That's amazing. That's a great way to find your way into cinema, and I hope your leg is getting better. Madge, if money were no object, if you had all the money in the world, how would you spend your time?
If I had unlimited money, I would watch as many movies as I want. I really like watching movies. I didn't think I did, but then I watched this movie called The King's Speech. The main actor, named Colin Firth, is really neat to watch. His voice sounds all fancy and he looks very big and strong, but also very clean, not like Pop or Brothers. I like watching him a lot. he makes me feel kind of funny deep in my tummy, but I don't know why. It looks like I found my next mystery. Why do I feel so warm when I watch Colin?
Awesome. Interesting direction for this to go, Madge. Does anyone have any other questions they would like to ask Madge before we get to her review?
Trying to figure out what land.
You know,
Ask me anything. I know a lot about mysteries and.
what is a mystery? What's another mystery you've had to solve, Madge?
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so one time I was out in the field picking up rocks when I saw this rock that had this weird little like word on it, and it didn't look like a rock. But then when I brought it to my dad, he said, "That's mine. How'd you get hold of it?" And he took it out of my hand and he shoved it in his pocket, and I never saw it again. I didn't solve that one.
What is
What are your brother's special jobs that they get to do?
Well, my brother Bo gets to go do water, which is just where he goes out and collects rainwater from different places all around town. And then he and my dad go and put it in this bucket and they drink it in secret, but I don't really know what they do with it. I just know that I'm not allowed to drink any of it. It smells kind of funny, but I think it's probably pretty good. And then my other brother, he likes to go out and, his job is actually just called grass, and it's more of a punishment when he doesn't do something my dad wants him to do. My dad looks at him in the eyes and says, "You gonna get my grass now." And then he goes out and he talks to a man, and then he comes back with some I don't know, it doesn't look like grass, but my dad and my brothers really seem to like it. And then they go drive somewhere.
and then they drive.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have the most literal job of the three. Sounds like, man, your job's actual rock. That's, you might have one of the better jobs.
I have a question.
You should try that water sometime, by the way. I bet it's good.
I feel like you're doing a pretty accurate impression of your Pop Pop. Would you
Thank you.
mind describing what your Pop Pop looks like in greater detail?
Pop Pop is taller than me and taller than Bo, but not taller than my other brother. And he's got a really big belly, but it's not too big. It's just kind of at the bottom. And he only wears plaid and he has blonde hair, kind of like you do, mister.
Awesome.
Yeah. And he
Thanks.
also likes to wear plaid and he has some facial hair. So actually, you look kind of a lot like my Pop Pop.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So anytime I do that voice, that's what happened.
A long time. It didn't register at all. Well, your Pop must be a handsome man, Madge. Now, Madge, will you tell us what you think of the movie?
I thought The King's Speech was a very, 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 very good movie. If I had to pick a part that I liked the most, I would say that I really, really, really liked Colin. I've had to watch that movie a lot now because I still haven't figured out why Colin makes my heart beat so hard. My family doesn't really like it when I watch that movie, though. I guess Horace and Bo don't really say much. They just spin around and leave whenever they see me watching it. Pop-Up doesn't talk about it very much either. His words just get really short like Colin's do, and he leaves and yells for Mama, saying something about woman's work. But when the trouble starts, Mama gets very peculiar about how I watch The King's Speech. She doesn't let me sit on the carpet anymore when I watch The King's Speech. She makes me sit on the hardwood with my feet in front of me. It would feel a lot better sitting on the hardwood if I had a pillow or Puddles the Penguin, but after Mom saw that the eye had worn off, she made me put him back in the burn pile, which was sad because he kept me company during The King's Speech. But I still haven't figured out why I feel so fluttery when I watch it. The mystery continues.
What the fuck? This one might be beyond me a little bit. Okay. Well, what did everyone think of the third character?
really
Well,
inaccessible, but
Yeah, that's my that's beyond the that's yeah. All right. I'm gonna guess that one was written by Josh. Because Josh does the most things that I don't want public. Well, there we go. That's my guess for now, but I'm not locking in my answers yet. Now that we've heard all the reviews, we're gonna hear the Fuck, Marry, Kill rankings for the 3 characters we've been introduced to. And don't worry, if there are children, we immediately kill them. All children must die. So Madge
Kill
is dead.
the
Madge is dead.
child.
So I'm gonna kill. It sucks because I'd like to kill Harry, but I'm killing Corey to save the animals. And then I guess I'll fuck Harry. I don't want to marry him. I'll fuck him and then kill the kid.
I'm gonna have to. I cannot marry Harry. I cannot do that. Which means then that I've gotta fuck Harry and marry Corey, which feels bad. Feels bad to do him because I know it'll kind of be a loveless marriage, as well. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Bring us home with fuck, marry, kill.
so I have fuck, marry, kill options on both. of
You
the
get all
non-children.
3 when there's a kid. You get all. No, wait, no, you don't. You don't get to kill 2. We're killing the kid, so you have to fuck or marry the
Yeah.
other 2.
I thought some of you killed the other not children.
No, I fucked Harry and married.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no, you're right. I did kill. Never mind. I'm changing the rules because it benefits me. You get to do all 3 options for any of the other 2.
Okay. Well, then I'm definitely gonna kill Corey, and I'm gonna fuck Harold.
I'm glad we're all
And
so animal here, but not in the way Corey is.
I mean, but yeah, I would be fine killing them all.
You're gonna
Oh,
kill Madge?
Especially the child?
All children die.
Oh, I just thought you meant
That is
if you
true.
had the choice to kill. You're okay. Yes, Madge is killed, and we should kill the other 2. Yes.
I would kill I would also kill Corey. I think the animal
yeah,
fits
unanimous.
a lot. Also, if I didn't have the option of killing, I would fuck Corey. I could not live with Corey in any way, shape, or
Oh
form.
no, I'd fuck Corey.
I'm shocked y'all went that way. And then yeah, I guess I'd fuck Harry.
Harry was spineless.
Harry was
Needs somebody with a backbone.
I mean, I guess Corey does have more of a. He's taking more of a stance. That's for sure.
He does. He does.
All right. Now, before we officially learn who wrote each of those fucking depraved pieces, I have to blindly rate the writing and reading we've enjoyed. Script says enjoyed. Okay, just so everyone knows. All right. The scoring categories are as follows, from most points awarded to least. 5 points will go to the funniest written review. Which review made you laugh the most? 4 points will go to the best written review. Which review was crafted most cohesively? 3 points will go to the most developed character. Which written character feels most alive? 2 points will go to the best improvised response. Which contestant gave the best improvised response? And 1 point will go to the best improvised question. Which contestant asked the best improvised question? So, as always, I'm going to give out the awards from least points to most points. So, best improvised question, 1 point goes to I liked the one asking, I hated how long the answer was, but top 3 rights that Corey would like to see awarded to Zoophiles. I like that question. That was a good one. Really put him on his toes. 2 points to the best improvised response. Which contestant gave the best improvised response? And I'm not going to give it to the one that said I looked like Madge's papa. I'm going to give it to Spunky the Goldfish. Spunky the Goldfish was my favorite answer. 3 points for the most developed character. Which written character feels most alive? I'm going to give that to Madge. I got very uncomfortable because it felt like speaking to a 10-year-old girl. 4 points to the best written review. Which review was crafted most cohesively? I'm going to give that one to our dear old friend, Corey, because the concept of the dual platform was astounding to me and fucking insane. And I'm gonna be honest, as far as a defense of zoophilia, it was like earnest, which I'm not saying it was good. I'm saying it was earnest. It did not, it was almost like they had to really think about it. Well written review. And 5 points for the funniest written review. Which review made you laugh the most? I'm gonna give that to our late great Harry. That one made me laugh the most. So, everyone, please give yourselves points as they align with what I awarded. And now I'm going to guess who wrote each review. Contestants, ready your whiteboards to finish recording your score, because if I fail to guess the correct writer, the contestant author gets a point, but if I do find them out, they lose a point, and if I fail to guess any of the 3, I lose. Now, we're going to start with review number 1, read by Jeffrey. That is our buddy Corey, and I'm going to guess Jeffrey wrote that himself. I'm giving Jeffrey for that one. For our buddy Harry, read by Josh, I'm going to vote that Avery wrote that one. And for our friend Madge, I'm going to guess that Josh wrote that one. So we're going to figure out who got the rest of these points. Who really wrote review number 1, Corey?
I did.
Fuck me. Okay. Fuck. All right. Who really wrote Harry?
I did.
Oh, I got that right. Okay, cool.
It's
I
crazy.
forgot who
It's great. It's 3 answers to remember every time.
I forgot who I voted. All right. Oh, that's a relief. And I'm not smart enough to figure out who wrote the last. Oh, wait, no. That means Jeffrey. That means
You
Jeffrey wrote
are.
That means Jeffrey wrote match. Okay, Jeffrey wrote match. So, will everyone please hold up your whiteboards with your score? All right, Jeffrey.
Mine says 5.
Avery has a 5, and Josh has a 5. All right, so Jeffrey wins again, and Avery and Josh tie for last place.
That's
now,
what I'm talking about.
well done, Jeffrey. Again, that's crazy. Well done. And now I forget how we break tiebreakers. Don't I just get to decide?
We make it up every time.
Consistency.
We make it up every time. That is awesome. All right, Jeffrey, how should we decide who is the loser?
I think who can say the funniest joke.
Okay.
Which joke? Like just a joke that can make us laugh the most.
Like a joke from like a joke book, just like a joke.
I'm so excited to laugh. And I can tell they are too.
Either one of you can start. Jeffrey, we got you and I. We're full of jokes. What's red and smells like blue paint?
Is it red paint?
Red paint.
Oh my god, I love that joke.
Give me one.
All right, knock knock.
Who's there?
Shoebox.
Shoebox who?
Shoebox lost and found.
What? That was awful. All right. Are Avery and Josh, are you just not going to give us a joke, Avery or Josh?
I mean,
Okay.
I only know one joke.
What's your joke?
Oh my god, I'm excited.
It's better
So-
be a bang.
There was a man on the subway, and he had pencils in his ears. And a man approached the man with pencils in his ears, and he said, "Sir, are you aware that you have pencils in your ears?" And the man turned to him and he said, "I'm sorry, but I cannot hear you. I have pencils in my ears."
That's funny. I like that. Okay.
Ugh, some
All
stiff
right, Avery.
competition, Avery.
Avery, stop it. Stop it.
No. All right. That was a real joke. That was like a real. That's.
A real joke.
Josh really does not want to lose.
I really don't want to lose either.
I know one joke, and that's it.
That's
That's
funny.
incredible. Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay,
They'd be bagels.
they'd be called bagels.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. My issue is I technically laughed at that one more, but I definitely. I think.
Nope, that's how
I
we're
think
judging
Josh,
it.
I think Josh. No, my vote's for Josh. Josh told a better joke. Josh told a better joke.
I know. That's the only joke I know.
All right. Jeffrey, unless you argue with me, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
ahead.
I'm with Josh's
Um,
joke I had not heard before, so
I'm giving the victory to Josh. Giving the victory to Josh.
That's the first tiebreaker I've ever won, and I've been in like 5. I've had like 5 tiebreakers, and I've never
Nicely done.
won one.
Nicely done.
Oh,
big news, guy.
All right. Now, for each member of the game show, we've compiled tailor-made punishments. We're going to review our list and find something truly awful for them to do. Since Avery lost, sorry, Avery, 2 weeks in a row, put yourself on mute so we can discuss for a minute what will be
I'm
done.
gonna change the scoring so that I don't lose.
All
All right. So she's on mute. I'm looking at our doc here. Gotta be number 11, right?
Oh, 11 is so good. 11 is
Oh, dude,
unbeatable.
that's brutal.
Like it's gotta be.
All right, I agree. Let's do 11.
Jeffrey, rip it.
Yeah. Rip it. All right.
I don't know what it
Here
is.
we go. Avery, you can come off of mute. Our punishment here, number 11, is that Avery has to Disney bound.
No!
Which is Avery, we're still describing the punishment. Disney bounding, when you go to one of the Disney theme parks, you're not allowed to dress up in costume because then people might mistake you for an employee of the park. However, many people like to Disney bound, where they dress up using their regular clothes that they already own in a way that is reminiscent of a certain character.
An homage.
So Avery has to Disney bound each day for a whole work week. She must take a 10-second video for each day, backed by a song that character sings, or a song from the movie. And this video must be backed by the song and must show off the outfit of the day.
That's actually crazy punishment. You should learn more jokes.
Fuck you, Max. Go fuck yourself.
How do you feel about it?
What?
How do you feel? Great?
Bad, Max. I feel horrible. That's the worst thing I'm ever gonna have to do. The fact that I am going to have to find things, like, the worst part about this is the effort.
Yeah.
The worst part about this is the effort. The worst part about this actually is that I know for a fact this is gonna go out as a promotional content. This is made to be content.
It's gonna be a big one for us.
this is gonna get a lot of people in
It's
there.
gonna be a big week, actually. That's gonna be a big week.
Yeah.
All right. That's all. I don't have anything else to say.
All right.
Yo, those outfits are gonna go crazy.
I
Absolutely
actually can't stand this. I
Can't
actually
wait, dude.
You're
I
so
can't
stylish.
Wait.
Maybe maybe there's a new love of it for you.
No, Max, there's not going to be. I'm an adult. I'm a 27-year-old adult woman. This is not like, oh my God.
I can't
I
wait
think-
to see what Disney characters you choose, because I can't wait to ask you, like, was that your favorite one, or like was it spur of the moment? Did you like
Yeah.
recently find it? You know?
Honestly, like I watched a lot of Disney movies when I was a kid, and I honestly kind of wish I had the opportunity to get to revisit those like old childhood memories in this kind of a way.
Do you
So
think-
I'm a little jealous.
do you
That's
think
amazing. We'll add it to your punishment list next.
Yeah,
All right. You know what? We're gonna move on.
I would easily do that.
We're gonna move on to the final matter, and it's learning what movie we'll be watching next week.
Fuck.
Now,
Okay.
the winner has the honor of choosing the next week's movie, and this week Jeffrey won. So, Jeffrey, would you please enlighten us with your selection?
We're watching the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Ugh,
Oh,
God, dude, can someone?
what a bad choice.
So bad. Can Jeffrey stop winning?
Say what?
Can you stop winning?
Thanks.
Max, you play a big part in that ask.
Okay. Fucking
He said, okay.
good point. That's a good point.
I'm pretty excited.
Is
I
that
guess
on a
that's-
streaming platform?
It's on Peacock.
If I have to buy this fucking movie, I'm gonna go nuts.
I actually think that'd be amazing if you had like download it from iTunes or something.
It's not even a fun one to watch.
That would like fuck
Oh.
up your algorithm forever. Wait,
All
Jeffrey,
right.
you don't like I don't know if horror movie is the right word for this, but I thought that wasn't your thing.
I don't, but
You hate us. more than
Did you
horror
have this one locked and loaded for if you want, or was that a split?
yeah, I did. No, I've had this one for a while. So
Interesting choice. All right.
movies.
Well,
It's a cursed
I-
episode.
you can tell we're all thrilled. It's a quick one. We're all so pumped. Now, listen, everybody. I learned some things in prison, and I can't wait to show you. Watch,
Jesus.
watch Gaslight Game Show on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify and support us on our other platforms. We'll be coming out with a new episode every week, and we'd love to hear from all of you. This one might put us in the ground. This one might be the death knell. Comment, reach out, be loud and annoying. We love that. If we get 1 million Instagram followers, we'll draw straws to see which one of us has to streak in an airport. I mean that. All right. Well, please tune in soon for more torture. Bye for now.
I'm not going to federal prison for you guys. I just want to throw that out right now.
Yeah. Do you think that you will watch any of the movies that you do the Disney bound for?
Can you do
That could add like a cool
you
level
do-
of immersion.
Can you do Pixar stuff?
Yeah. I think
We'll
so.
allow it. We'll allow
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Okay.
it could be like otherwise we have to limit to like classic era.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm
Like, you
gonna
could-
have to do some research on
I don't know if
this.
it's Disney. You could do the Croods.
I'm not gonna do the Croods just because you've mentioned it 7 or 8 times. The Croods isn't happening. So like how specific, you know what? I've got to do research. I've got to figure this out. This is
We'll send you some pages on it. We did
out
some
of context. This is my nightmare. This is my greatest nightmare, and it's going to be taken out of context.
Are you
Anything
gonna-
that happened in this episode would not be as bad. Like if my family and friends and people who like respect me as a person and as a professional sat down and watched this episode, I would rather them watch me talk about a 10-year-old having like interesting feelings to Colin Firth than them out of context see me Disney bound. I would so much rather watch them say I want to kill a child than me being like, today I'm Disney binding is fucking flounder. Like that's the worst. That's the nightmare.